This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is, Wednesday, May 4th, 2016. The title of this rant will be Bernie, California, or Bust. Probably not, though. So Bernie did win last night in Indiana. I believe he picked up a total of 6 delegates more than Hillary, because it is a proportional representation in Indiana. He got a lot of votes from independents because it wasn't open. And this is where Bernie shines. Bernie shines when there is open and when there is caucuses. Caucuses because less people vote and the more energetic are out. And then the open ones where more independents vote. So Hillary is killing him in terms of Democrats. And most of those who are going for Bernie as independents are what we would refer to as left-leaning independents. The hope is that all of them will go over to Hillary. But let's get back to Bernie and the delegate count just quickly. Bernie picked up 6 electoral votes. He would have to win California and New Jersey with approximately 80% of the vote, which is not going to happen. For him to even be considered remotely possible for him to have as many delegates as Hillary, with neither of them having the majority going into the convention, and that does not count the superdelegates. Again, his path has been limited. It has been shown to have been limited. It is now at least 6 weeks since the March 15th. I believe there are a couple primaries that day, which showed that he really had virtually no chance of becoming the nominee. I asked at that time, and many others have asked at that time, for him to tone down his campaign, to stay with the issues, to get off of the attacks, the personal attacks on Hillary Clinton, and to be in a position to use what goodwill he has achieved in this electoral process, to bring that to the convention, to bring that to the platform of the Democratic Convention, and then to go on in the fall to campaign vigorously for Hillary and to bring all of those who were enthusiastically behind him into that democratic process and vote for Hillary as for the president. And unfortunately, that has not happened. Bernie is starting to sound like a grumpy old man, waving what I would refer to as conspiracy theorists in terms of how he can actually win the nomination, taking the superdelegates, which before he said Hillary shouldn't have had, and now he's using the same reasoning that she had used to say that they should go to him. So he has approximately 3 million less votes. He has approximately 250 less delegates, and he thinks that those superdelegates should go over to him, even though he's way behind in everything else. But my hope is that we have, March 3rd to June 7th, about a month. I hope Bernie sticks strictly to the issues, advocates for his cause, continues to get large crowds. If he's going to seek money from them, please don't seek money from people who are on public assistance, so to speak, people who are on fixed incomes, and also indicate very clearly that your path to the nomination basically is non-existent, and that you will support Hillary completely in the nomination for her to be president. Now remember, at this time, 8 years ago, Hillary was a lot closer to Barack than Bernie is to Hillary right now, a lot closer. And when Hillary seceded, gave up, she endorsed Barack wholeheartedly. She was on the convention floor representing the state of New York, endorsing Obama. And she fought well behind the scenes to make sure that he became the president of the United States. This is what Bernie needs to do. Now, I want to talk briefly about Trump. Cruz dropped out last night, virtually assuring that Trump is going to have the nomination. So there is no path to get rid of Trump as being the Republican nominee. What we have seen is that Trump has been able to use the public media. He's getting about $2 billion in free advertising. If you look at all of the airtime that he has gotten, where he has been able to speak on the radio, where he calls in and does his thing. But the question is, will his trite comments, and all of the negative things that he has said, be actually some type, give him a path to actually become the president? I would venture to say no. I would venture to say that the American people are much smarter than that. I would venture to say that we are a much greater country than what he is trying to portray us to be. But if the Republican establishment backs him, they will go after Hillary, or they will go after Bernie vehemently, brutally, negatively. And of course, I'm assuming that Hillary will do the same against Trump. But the thing is, his appeal is very off the cuff. His appeal is very quick. His comments, as I said, trite, condescending, negative, and you can go into all of the other things, racial, misogynistic, homophobic, etc. They can appeal very quickly to people. He can be very, very, what he has rewritten the rules is that he doesn't have to apologize to things. He doesn't have to play that political game. And even though the polling right now is showing Hillary should have an easy victory, even though the polling right now is showing that in states that used to be what we would consider battleground states are now very much in Hillary's favor, and that states that were formerly red, Utah being a big example, could actually be battleground states. But that's before we have a definite winner on each side. Now we pretty much have a definite winner on each side. And Trump will be running around brutally going after Hillary. And Hillary will have a lot of feedback. I have, again, full faith in the American people that they will not go vote for Trump in this way. But if the Republican establishment again goes behind Trump, there is talk that they would actually try to maintain their dignity by having a third-party candidate. Or is there going to be a wholesale acknowledgement that Trump is so bad that we're going to have Hillary? Hillary's camp is pushing very much towards Condoleezza Rice, towards Colin Powell, towards quite a few other, let's say, Republican GOP people who are very well versed in foreign affairs, who do not see anything in what Trump is advocating and realize that it is extremely dangerous what he is advocating. Will they actually come out for Hillary strictly on that foreign affairs things? And then we would go into even the other types of aspects of it in terms of domestic affairs, in terms of economic affairs, in terms of women issues, in terms of Latino issues, in terms of, let's say, Muslim issues, etc. Will there be other Republicans who are so vehemently against Trump and what he has to stand for that they will actually advocate for the election of Hillary, knowing that the day that she's elected, they're going to go back and try and get her, try and not allow her to do anything in her administration, and basically try to get her, defeat her in the next election. That is the scenario that we're going to start being seen playing out right now behind the scenes. We will see how effective that will be as time goes on.